Hello, I am Marianne. This is Book Zealots, and this is a bookalogical analysis for The Forgotten Garden by Kate Morton. This is the first Kate Morton that I've read, and she writes well, and if you enjoy The Secret Garden, this book's for you. Okay, so we'll go over a quick summary of this book. There are 3 different timelines, I believe. There is 1909, 1913, and then the current, oh, I take that back. I'm sorry, there are 4 timelines. 1909, 1913, 1975, and 2005. It takes place in 3 different locations: Australia, London, and Tregenna, Wales. There are different points of view, and the summary is a fairly well-to-do family has 2 children, a brother and a sister. The brother has a very creepy obsession with his sister, and the sister marries someone that the family doesn't approve of, and she basically runs away. She runs off with the love of her life. And then with this family, this couple, the sister has 2 children of her own. They are supposedly twins. However, this is an error in the writing because I looked up a male-female twin would be, which creates a medical condition called the Turner syndrome for the female, and that apparently isn't a thing in the book. So I think it would have been better to have the twins be, is it fraternal twins instead of identical twins. That was okay. It's not a big deal, but it was still kind of annoying. There is also a mistake in a timeline, which I won't mention because maybe a lot of people don't catch it. So I'll mention it, but not specify what that error in the timeline is. I know that a lot of authors enjoy doing various timelines and skipping back and forth because if it's not linear, it's more forgiving. You can make mistakes that a lot of readers won't notice. One of the things that I didn't like about this book was that it was easy to figure out. I didn't like the timeline mess up. I didn't like the identical twin genetic mess up. I didn't like that it reminded me of The Secret Garden, but I didn't like The Secret Garden. So if you love The Secret Garden and you haven't read this, all I can say or ask is, why not? I didn't like one of the main characters, Rose, and how everyone mollycoddled her, and the very sinful decisions that were made to continue to mollycoddle this girl. What I did like, Morton's writing is very descriptive, so it's easy to get sucked into each timeline. The characters, they're not as fleshed out as some writers will create with their characters, but so I would say they're almost 2-dimensional, but so the characters, they're fleshed out enough where there's a character that you think, ew, that's icky, that's disgusting, what a psycho. Another character you think, oh, they're very self-absorbed. Another character where you like them more than some of the other characters. So it also has a lot of fairy tales, which I don't care for, but I was wondering, how is Kate Morton going to tie in these fairy tales? Because if they were just there for filler, then it would have been annoying. But I liked how Kate Morton tied in one of the characters' writings of the fairy tales into what was happening in their real life. That was well done. I like that it didn't have cussing, so that's good. And I like, so even though there were characters that I didn't like, I like how the story, I don't even know how to describe it because it wasn't linear, it jumped around, but Kate Morton did do a good job connecting each character. And so you think like it opens up with a 4-year-old girl being put on a ship, being told to hide, and trying to figure out who this little girl is. Now, I was able to figure that out, so I was a little disappointed with that. But there are hints that are given to you throughout, so if you're paying attention to the hints, then you're like, oh yeah, okay, I know what's going on, and that's not so and so, and that's not, yeah, okay. So, and I'm not going to say anything, because if you haven't read this and you want to read this, and like I said, if you like The Secret Garden, you need to read this book. If you like Kate Morton, you should read this book. If you like fairy tales, did I already say that? If you like various viewpoints, you should pick up this book. If you like different timelines, you should read this book. If you like reading about London, if you like reading about Australia, if you like reading about Tregenna, Wales, then you should read this book. So the book wasn't for me, but I still enjoyed it. I will unhaul it, but I have more Kate Morton books, and I do plan on reading them, and I'm looking forward to them. So I hope this was a decent analysis of this book without giving away spoilers. Anyways, if you've read this book, leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of it. Thanks. Bye.